The Kenya Alliance for Advancement of Children, KAACR, is a national umbrella NGO which was established to the primary goal of monitoring implementation of the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child in Kenya.
My name is Peggy Saka Masika. I'm the regional coordinator for Kenya Alliance for Advancement of Children, Coast Region. KAACR, in short, is a national NGO which has a mandate to monitor the implementation of the CRC in this country and how the government is implementing the CRC.
The whole issue is actually to rally the government to be able to have policies and plans that protect the child, that enhance the realization of the rights of the child.
The Alliance, which was started in 1988 as a national NGO liaison committee on the rights of the child, has a vision of seeing every child living in a society which provides them with the right to survive, develop and participate in decision-making and enjoy special protection against all forms of discrimination, neglect, cruelty and exploitation.
KAACR, as I said earlier, is a national NGO with the head office in Nairobi, in Westlands. And we have branches. We have branches here in Mombasa, and we have branches in Kisumu. Then we have satellite offices in Kuria, Eldoret, and in other provinces we work through the line relevant ministries. For example, the Children's Department, the Education Office, we work through them.
KAACR is our main partner. KAACR is our partner. Is even a member of Area Advisory Council, very active member who normally don't miss in our Area Advisory Council. And the Area Advisory Council, that's where the policies and the issues which are affecting the children and this are addressed. Such a rescue we do with them, maybe children needs to be taken to the hospital. KAACR support us to make sure the children are in the hospital. Children have got the right medication. I mean, if there's something needs, maybe if there's medication which is needed, the KAACR comes in and support us on that.
This has been achieved through elaborate projects that engage the community and various stakeholders in programs that are rolled out in the grassroots.
Our projects mostly are focused on children. Children, that is all children. We do not discriminate, whether it is disability or children in children homes or any, so long as it is a child who is below the age of 18, KAACR will work for them to ensure that they are provided for. We promote their rights, we promote their participation in issues that are affecting them, both boys and girls. We do not discriminate. Currently, children in Kenya face a number of difficulties both in school and at home. Unfortunately, these difficulties end up infringing on the child rights. We are running about 2 or 3 projects right now. One is on child rights governance, and then we have child protection. One is on child protection, and also we work in school establishing child rights clubs in school and enhancing discipline in schools. Those are the projects that we are running right now. And as an organization in general, we not work alone. KAACR, as you heard, its name, an alliance. It's an alliance of different members. We have over 100 members who are countrywide, and in cost we have about 30 partners who are under the auspice of PCRN, which is Pwani Child Rights Network. KAACR works through that particular network to enhance issues of children in the region. The Child Protection Project, we're implementing it in Msambweni. And through this particular project, we have seen a lot of successes in this particular project. We have had several partners coming together, especially in the community. We've had the stakeholders like the CBOs, the youth groups, Maendeleo Kina Mama coming together to form forums to protect children. We have had the government departments through the support of the DC and Education Office, the Health Office, the police, working together to ensure that a child is protected. We can see, this can be seen by if a child is brought, maybe sexual abuse is brought to the police station, there's somebody there who will take directly that child to the hospital so that the P3 can be filmed. Also, from there, the child is taken to court the case is taken to court, and the community can be able to follow up directly, if it's from the chief all the way to court, how that case is done. So the child is protected, a child is in the center, and a child is protected by the community itself. Because as KAACR, as an organization, we don't have children in Sambweni, but we work with the community to protect their own children.
The Child Rights Governance Project, commonly referred to as CRG, is engineered towards making sure that the government takes appropriate measures to ensure that children enjoy their rights as stipulated in the UNCRC, and that children are involved in the governance of their lives.
The project on child rights governance is in Mombasa and Kwale counties. We are working in 20 schools in each of the counties. Now, with the project on child rights governance mainly focuses on participation of children in enhancing the structures that have been laid down so that they can be involved fully in managing the structure, and laying down structure so that children can be able to participate. If it's in school, how can the school management committee be able to align itself so that the views of children are heard clearly, not the views of parents, but the views of children are heard. So it's like lining up structures. If it is in a selection or election of school prefects, how are children supposed to be involved in that? What structures can we put in place so the children are able to govern their own lives?
My name is Nathaniel Ramtu, and I'm the chairman of the Young Nation Child Rights Club Magongo. My role in this club is to chair the club and also to guide it in whatever courses that we have been undertaking. All the activities around here at this club, I'm always the one chairing them with the assistance of the other officials, including the vice chairs, the secretaries, and the others. Also in conjunction with the patrons and the school administration. Together with them, we have been controlling the club so that it may go further and further. And we're doing also other things, like today we're going to be launching a new campaign concerning the boys' self-esteem. Because we have been noticing that the boys' self-esteem has really been deteriorating, because most of the campaigns that are initiated these days are concerning the girls. So for today, we're going to organize ours for the boys, so that you may also see that their self-esteem rises and they be the future generations, the generation of tomorrow. And that's what we have been doing as the club, also together the members.
With this particular project, we work with the school management committees, with the children themselves, with the teachers. We work with the educational department, the children's department. We work, of course, we have to work with the structures like the police, because they're also it's a governance issue. Children can be taken to the police station. How are they dealing with those children there? How can children understand that a police officer is not an enemy, but a friend? Yeah, so there's some structures that need to be put in place. So what we do, we are able to take the children to meet at the police station, to meet with the police officers. They are able to ask questions and discuss. So it becomes free. The children have become free with the police officers.
It has empowered them. They can talk, from the Child Rights Club, children have been sensitized on their rights, because children were quiet, and grown-ups felt that they are everything and they can decide for the children, not knowing that a child can also come up with what he or she feels is right for them.
Some of the activities that we have initiated so far was like environmental conservation within their compound. We have the tree nursery. We have just done that recently. Last year they did a very wonderful launch of the 1 million signature drive, where they were calling upon children across the country to come and join them in the campaign. Because our country, children are never taken seriously. And now with the line ministry streamed to 14 in the constitution, they wanted children to be preserved for a ministry.
KAACR has been a very great partner to us, because through KAACR we have formed child rights clubs in schools where children are encouraged to participate, children are encouraged for self-defense. If there's an abuse, how they will report, the system of reporting, and this awareness. So the clubs are very active in schools, and you will hear as a children. We have cases where children have informed their teachers of the abuse they are facing at home, and this I believe is through the work of KAACR, where they have synthesized the children on their rights through these child right clubs in schools.
There are 4 fundamental rights of children. Number 1, right to life and survival. Number 2, right to development. Number 3, right to protection. And the last one, right to participation.
As an umbrella NGO, KAACR works in partnership with several organizations, government line ministries, schools, and the community at large to ensure the rights of a child are protected.
KAACR is an alliance. It's a membership organization. We have a membership of over 100 NGOs in Kenya. We are a membership organization in that we work with other organizations. We are actually a secretariat of issues of children in this country. We are a coalition of NGOs working for children. We are what somebody might call Save the Children Kenya, because we bring all those partners together on board. And one thing we do, we strengthen partnerships. We get NGOs and make sure that we are working as a team. We don't want to work individually because we are working towards one child. So to us, networking and collaboration is a very key aspect of it. And what we've done as an organization, that we have several committees or several sections that deal with several issues. We have the NGO CRC committee, the main committee that deals with policy with the government. We do a lot of policy advocacy with government, with the department, and with other ministries and other international agencies that deal with children. And why we do that is because KAACR is an NGO that has got a status with the UN. We have a status, especially we're in consultative status with the ECOSOC, that's the Economic and Social Council of the UN, which means that we have a link with the international. So we do a lot of advocacy at the national level and do a lot of advocacy at the international level on children.
Some of the founder members of the KAACR are Action Aid Kenya, African Network for the Prevention and Protection Against Child Abuse and Neglect, Association for the Physically Disabled of Kenya, Kenya Society for the Mentally Handicapped, Maendeleo ya Wanawake Organization, Save the Children Canada, Young Muslim Association, Undugu Society of Kenya, among others. As it is in life, every noble venture doesn't go unscathed by challenges and hindrances. In the process of exercising its mandate, KAACR faces a myriad of challenges. Some of these are:
some of the challenges that we have faced in that particular project has been the interpretation of what we are offering the community. As I said earlier, we work with the community to protect their own children, but we find that the community thinks that we have come to protect their children. We have come to do, like if a child is missing, it's a case of neglect. They expect maybe KAACR to provide the clothes, KAACR to provide the money to go to school, KAACR to provide. We don't do that. Yeah, we work with the community to harness their own resources. We give them the knowledge. We give them, we inform them what the government has put in place and what they can do to protect their own children. Then they protect themselves. But unfortunately, the communities many times looks at us as though we have so much money which we can give to them so that they can be able to implement or to support their own children directly. Then the second one, we found out that whenever cases are taken all the way to court, the community runs away from becoming witnesses because a case has been taken to court, a child has been defiled, or a right of the child has been denied. We have pushed and gone through all the systems, but then now they run away from becoming witnesses. Some of them, they take away the children and refuse for the case to continue. And then that case is thrown out.
Despite of all these challenges, KAACR has braced itself and pushed on to ensure no single child suffers in silence by putting in place countermeasures to curb against such social ills.
One, in schools, we're trying to sensitize the school teachers, especially the guidance and counseling teachers in schools, to talk to the girls, to talk to them, and not just the girls, but the whole school at large, about engaging in sex early and what to do in case they're being forced to get married. We are also having forums with children out in school and out of school, as well as establishing of the charities clubs where they can discuss their issues affecting them in schools. We are also informing them like where to go, in case of somebody is abusing youth and granted school, there's the number 116 that they can be able to call so that they can seek help. We are also working with the education department and the children department so that they can do follow-up. Cases are being taken to court whereby issues of child protection is a very serious issue through the children's department. So we have these cases taken to Nonoka Children's Court.
Over the years, KAACR has experienced several achievements as a result of its core values, which include teamwork and a sense of belonging, transparency and accountability, respect for all, protection of all children and youth, and upholding effective communication. Even though a lot has been achieved by KAACR, a lot more needs to be done by other stakeholders and the society at large to ensure child rights are protected.
The government is trying, but they have not done the best. Children constitute 19.6 million of the 38 million in this country. People below 18 years, they actually 19.6 million. It's about 50% of the population. But when you look at our planning of this country, we never plan with the children. All the plans are pegged on adults. The only place that we talk about children, we think about is education. We think once we've done education, we've done the child. When we've done health, we've done the child. But that's not so, okay? All our planning in this country goes wrong because we never plan with half of the population, okay? Look at the resource allocation. In most cases, the resources are allocated to other things like security, like prisons, like whatever, and little money is actually allocated towards children, okay? And that's why, like, even if we improve prisons, have TVs and make the prison situation look nice, we're actually not blocking people from coming to prisons. If the government worked more with the children, we'll have fewer prisoners. If the government gave children quality education, we'll have fewer people who will be committing crime, okay? But the focus of the government actually is on big things. Look at the CDF, how much money goes towards children. Look at the government structure right now with our bloated 40 ministries. And we actually children are suffocated under a ministry that mostly has a lot of things on women and very few on children. Okay, the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Services. Actually, the ministry it's been elevated a bit into a ministry, but still, if you look at the strategic plan, out of 12 key strategic areas, only 2 are on children. The rest are on women and other issues. If you look at the ministry, they have got 5 funds for women projects, government funds, and the children also only 1 fund. So we are saying, where should we be investing? Should we be investing in older people or younger people because they are the ones who need to be supported, more vulnerable, who need to be supported for a long time than older people who have gotten space, who have gotten some opportunity, who have been, even the new constitution has recognized the role of women in a strong way, they'll be everywhere. But there's nowhere the children are.
Kofi Annan, the former UN Secretary General, once said, "There's no trust more sacred than the one the world holds with children. There's no duty more important than ensuring that their rights are respected, that their welfare is protected, that their lives are free from fear and want, and they can grow up in peace." So, it's our duty to ensure no child is denied their rights.
So I want to appeal also that the public to inform the office, to inform the authority where they see child abuse is going on. Maybe the child is physical abuse, emotional abuse. We believe that we are not in every corner of the government or the children department. We are not in every corner of Mombasa, but Kenyans, the citizens are in every corner of Mombasa. So this children also will not know what's going on at Kibokoni in the next house, but a Kenyan, you are know what is going on in the next house. Another Kenyan will know what's going on in the next house at Changamu. So please, when they see such a things of child abuse, let them come up and they will be able to come up and rescue the child who is in problem. So we pray to the public to be our informer on any problem where they see the child as a problem. We will move in safely to rescue the child.